Uncle Norman, so when it comes to policing electoral materials and election security in total, what do you think we've done right and what haven't we done right?
We have done a lot of things right in Ghana. Because this is not the first time we run in a popular election. So over the years, the transition has always been good. But leading to the change of government, there are a lot of skirmishes going on. What is happening today at Ketu South is one of those kinds of skirmishes. Today, Miracle Abuaje has given a press conference that it is NDC people who were actually trying to smuggle dummy ballot papers to go and train people in Togo. We are finding something else, which involves national security Flagstaff House operatives. That has to come from the government and nobody else. So when we have these kinds of skirmishes, we should let the police do their job. Whether they will be allowed to prosecute the people, the perpetrators, is another story. But I believe that Ghana police, having done election task force duties for so many times, they really know what to expect and they really know what to do. The only problem is, would the government allow them to do their job without interference? That is the issue.
What do you suspect?
I suspect that they will not be allowed to do their job. Even if they arrest the perpetrators, they will be released quietly. For the general public, we must continue to be vigilant and go and cast the vote tomorrow. It is only tomorrow. Do not let anybody distract you from that goal. Vote. And whoever wins, wins. But we cannot allow fraud, corruption, which is part of our mundane life, to infiltrate into the very moment when we express our rights of citizenship in this country, the right to vote.
You a security expert, tell me, what do you think should be the strategies in place to prevent voting day, security breaches?
You see, the police can do whatever they have to do, which I believe they have done. EC can do whatever they have to do. But if you have people coming from Flagstaff House, Jubilee House, with this kind of behavior, it's very difficult for the police to control. So it is very likely that we may see a little bit of what happened at Ayawaso, West Wagon, 2019, 2020. We may see something like that. But not in a big way, but in small patches of misbehavior, misconduct by incumbent operatives. Overall, the election is going to go well because the people of Ghana are determined to vote and have a change, whether it is Baumia or Mahama. They want to see a genuine change, but they are not going to let somebody sabotage their right as citizens.
Is this not going to create a chaotic kind of situation? Because anytime the Ghanaian is very much determined to get something done, nothing stops the Ghanaian, not even the law. As Kwame Nkrumah even stated that Ghanaians are very cool and collected people. Don't push them to the wall. When they get angry, they may do something that the law cannot even deal with them. When we get to that particular situation, don't you think that things may get out of our hands?
If we see skirmishes like this,
okay,
the people will revolt.
Oh, okay.
That one, we cannot ever dismiss that. If the government in power continues to intimidate the public, continues to sabotage the will of the people shall revolt.
The deployment of the Ghana Armed Forces personnel, we heard from the Ghana Armed Forces, the high military hierarchy, saying that they would not deploy military officers. They would not be allowed to go to the polling stations to either protect police or whatsoever. But later this evening, they issued another statement that they were going to send the military personnel to certain strategic locations, that just in case of anything, upon the request of the Ghana Police Service, then they would release the military officers to go help the police to foil whatever situation that may come up. You as a security expert, do you see that to be genuine, or you think it's otherwise of the statement issued?
Captain.
Yes, sir.
I will not want to argue on point to what the military has said, but the proximity of the military to polling stations and other places is very concerning.
Okay.
Ghana police is capable of handling municipal police duties. That is never the job of the Ghana Army. Ghana Army is for territorial security. So if they deploy them to the borders, I don't have a problem. If they are standby, in case the police need them, I don't have a problem. But to position them in place, pre-position them, means you expect trouble. And when the military goes close and they are already charged, my brother, it may not end well. So for me, the protocol is that the task force, election task force, led by Ghana Police, is able and capable to monitor everything having to do with our election. We don't need the military anywhere close.
Now we have about 47 military officers sent to Winneba, as Kumasi, several hundreds of them in the capital of the Ashanti region. When you go to Volta region, there are a lot of places, a lot of constituencies where you have them. I also, you have some of the military officers sent there. There's a hotel at Jolu where you have some of the military officers being stationed there. You go to Mankasim, you have military officers there. You go to Akwatia, you have military officers there. And surprisingly, all those areas that the military personnel were deployed, the light went off and it came back later. What do you think?
I believe that this kind of deployment is diminishing the democratic credentials of this country. We don't need the military to be deployed in a general presidential election. We don't. But it looks like the powers that be have decided that no matter what the public wants, this is what they're going to do anyway. And so we, the citizens, we don't have any control over what the government in power does. And these are some of the reasons why some of the members of the public are very angry. Some of them are even refusing to vote. Why are you deploring the military? Is Ghana at war? Have you declared a state of emergency? Is that why you deployed all the military around like that? This is anti-democracy. It's totally anti-democracy. But we don't understand democracy. Even those who call themselves lawyers, they don't. They do whatever they want because they think they own the country. And those of us, the rest of us, we are just here, spectators, watching them steal and express power anytime they want.
JB.
Yes, so is it a clear case of abuse of power, and who is monitoring who right now? Who is watching over the security right now?
It is a clear case of abuse of power and lack of confidence in Ghana police.
Lack of confidence in the Ghana
Total
police.
lack of confidence
You
in
mean
Ghana
the
police.
government is not,
the government itself
doesn't trust the police?
doesn't trust the police that they can do this job. That's why they call it in the army. Why do you call the army? Are we at war? Is anybody killing anybody?
Is it a situation like my brother said, that the police is going to be extremely fair, so
Yes.
the government is afraid that the fairness of the police will rather be at a
threat to them,
disadvantage thing
yeah.
to them?
It's possible.
Oh, okay.
It's possible.
Especially, would you want to associate it with a send-off during the by-election?
Possible.
Interesting. So,
You see, in this country, everything is possible. After all, we are in an era of possibilities.
Now, you see, look, this year, I mean, if you look at the electioneering campaigns and everything, the tension barometer was not too high.
No.
I mean, apart from Ashanti region, that you saw the two leading political parties always moving in and out of the region.
Yes.
It was quite cool. But Today, from nowhere, there seems to be very high tension everywhere in this country. Ashanti region itself, the NPP are agitating rather than the NDC is rather intimidating the NPP in the Ashanti region. And the NDC, the NPP claim the NDC is also intimidating them in Western region. And the NDC is also intimidating the NPP in Volta region. These are some of the things coming from the politicians. And you may not have the presence of security officers at every single locality at any given time. You have other local leaders and opinion leaders. How can we use them, to play a role to mitigate any of these, tensions that may erupt into something else?
Captain, there's so much desperation in the incumbent government that they will try to do everything possible to win power. And if intimidation is one of the tools to use, they will do that.
Okay.
I do not believe that they will respect the opinion of anyone, because there have been a lot of conversations. We have signed a peace pact. We have signed election agreement that there will be no violence. But these little skirmishes are the tools that actually create violence. So I don't think the government doesn't know that it is its responsibility to ensure that we have peaceful election.
But you know that
they won't do it.
Let me go